Busy, busy already. All right, Rachel, thank you. Well, who doesn't envision having a nice little cottage right here on the beach?
So we're not talking about a home. We are talking about a landmark. One popular Fort Myers Beach Barn restaurant lost from Ian is coming back.
And so many people have memories inside the cottage. And a Wink News exclusive investigation from reporter Celine MacArthur this morning found out a cottage on the beach is exactly what a man with a plan has in mind.
It's a little scary.
It's hard for Roxanne Zakaitis to walk through what's left of the cottage. It had been there for decades.
I just want to cry. This place was so special to so many people. Every day when I see people, all they do is ask about the cottage.
They ask because in many ways, Roxanne was the cottage. She worked at the beach bar for 20 years, right up until Hurricane Ian hit.
And that's the best job I ever had. It was so fun. Everybody felt like they were home when they were here.
This is what it was. This is what's left. That home is gone, but thanks to Roxanne, hundreds of souvenirs remain to tell its story. Pictures and videos of people enjoying sunsets, celebrating holidays, and helping friends in need.
A lot of people have a lot of memories like that, but they want to make more.
Roxanne also kept every single work shirt she's ever worn.
I bet I probably got 100 different cottage shirts over the last 20 years, and I still have them all. But I'm super proud that I was a part of something so awesome.
The cottage was beyond repair, so the owners put the property up for sale. They had 2 buyers, but both backed out before their deals were done. In comes beach builder Joe Orlandini, a man with a plan and a story that began about 2 decades ago.
The first day I came to Southwest Florida, probably, 20 years ago, the person I was meeting said, when you get in the cab at the airport, tell them you're going to the cottage. They'll know where to go. The first Floridian I met outside of the cabbie was Roxanne. She was working at the bar.
They became friends, and as a regular at the cottage, Joe found himself part of a new community. This was home.
It had this just unique vibe, and it really brought a lot of people together in the evening that socialized. You got to know who all your neighbors were.
Some of those people are gone now. Some were taken by the storm, others left because of the storm. But Joe believes building back one of the barrier island's anchors will help build a new sense of community for people who are still here and for those yet to come, like Joe did nearly 2 decades ago. So he assembled a team to rebuild the cottage.
I freaked out. He actually had to ask me if I was sitting down because he knew I was going to freak out. He knows what the island wants and what it needs. Like you said, he's the man with the plan. He's going to get it done.
The name will be the same, but the cottage is going to look a little different. Let me explain why. Originally, there were 2 distinct sections to the property, right? The beach bar and the waterfront restaurant. The restaurant, Shuckers at the Gulf Shore, was closer to the water on these pilings. Well, now, due to new building codes, this section is beyond what's called the Coastal Construction Control Line. In short, you really can't build beyond where I'm standing. That means the cottage is going to be smaller.
I think when the new building goes in, you're not going to notice when you're standing on the sand and the umbrellas are out and the chairs are out and people are here.
Here's a preview of what the outside could look like.
We've got the bar downstairs with the main floor being above flood, essentially a roof deck on top, which will have a partially roofed enclosed area so that we can enclose the elevator and close down the bar, lock it in, but it'll have an open deck.
And while things may be different, there will be some touches that will remind everyone of home. He's collecting all the original clay bricks.
Let's get her out. There we go. Yeah, we want that piece too. Yeah, that piece is going to be good.
Literally digging in the sand and rubble to create a special wall inside the new cottage.
We are going to etch people's names in these bricks that are iconic people from the island. I think this is just one of those ways that we can save a piece of our history, and they were left for us here, so let's save them.
Hurricane Ian also left this.
You know what was around this was actually the dumpster. So it took everything out around it, but it left this one post that had the address on it. So we've obviously got to save it, and we'll reuse it.
As the post is pulled from its current foundation and work begins on the plans for the new cottage, Roxanne is happily and patiently waiting to get back to work.
Ever since the storm, we learned real quick to take one day at a time. We'll get everybody back together, customers, employees. It's going to be awesome.
Celine MacArthur, Wink News.
Yes, it is. And while the sellers don't want to reveal the exact price, we can tell you the land will be bought for under $10 million.
So he's a man with a plan, right?
Yep.
So the plan is right now to have the new cottage open sometime in 2024. You can see Celine's entire Man with a Plan series on winknews.com.